Good afternoon, how are you? Okay, before we start our class, can any one of you lead us in a word of prayer? Mwanchumvi, please.
Father, what in heaven, thank you for this time. As we are now going to start our subject of geography in class. And our teacher, help us to understand this is in Jesus' name. Amen.
Okay, you may sit. All right, today we are going to have another presentation about how to solve various NECTA examination questions accurately. And then today we are going to solve the question number 8 of NECTA 2020. This is a question of essay which says in 6 points, explain lesson that Tanzania tourism industry has to learn from Switzerland so as to improve more in this sector. I repeat, in 6 point, explain lesson that Tanzania tourism industry has to learn from Swaziland so as to improve more in this sector. And then the way we are going to go through this, solving this question, will follow the following stages or procedures. Number one, we'll go to the introduction, which will have the meaning of terms such as tourism industries, of which then after that we can add some short explanation that will include, or that may be types of tourism, which is either domestic or international tourism. And then we may also include names of tourist attraction. You may choose one of these. So remember that it's not right that you write everything. After choosing, maybe you decide to choose about the name of tourist attraction in Tanzania. You may choose example. I've chosen national parks, whereby you will mention them in comma, using commas like these ones. Example, Tarangire, Ruaha National Park, Serengeti, Mikumi, Udzungwa Mountain National Park, Gombe National Park, Katavi National Park, and so forth. And also you may decide to use the names of animals after the meaning or definition that you can say in Tanzania. There are several animals found there in our national parks. For example, we have lions, giraffe, zebra, and antelope. And then after the end of your introduction, you need to write a statement that connects from the introduction to the main body. This particular statement is referred to as the thesis statement. Can we say thesis statement? Yeah, that's you have to learn it in English class. For us here, we just go to its uses, whereby it may say the following are, by repeating the statement that is on the question. Now we are going to see the main body also, which will involve the lesson that Tanzania learned from Swaziland so as to improve its sector, whereby there you write efforts that were done by Swaziland government, of which now there have to be the lesson that can be learned in our notes or books in Form 2, whereby it excludes factors of tourism, influencing tourism in Swaziland. You can also apply in answering that question. And also a specific lesson says a lesson that to promote tourism industry in Tanzania. Also, this part will carry 60 points as instructed and should be in a paragraph with examples. With what? That's very important. And then a conclusion will involve writing of any relevant idea relating to the question in comma, but not repeating what has been written on the main body. Therefore, this may include either, because you are looking on the way of which you can learn a lesson that Tanzania can learn from tourism in Swaziland. Here, therefore, there maybe you can write something else that is advantage of applying those methods that were used in Swaziland, or disadvantage of tourism as a negative impact. Also, you may decide to write problems facing tourism industry, which are known as factors hindering tourism. Therefore, we're going to solve our first question. We'll start with the introduction, whereby this question will start by defining the meaning of tourism, whereby is to travel from for creation or leisure or religious or family or business purpose outside working place or at working place or home. Then tourism industry. Now there remember we said you can choose something to write on your introduction as Z to add on some meat. Therefore, the tourism industry is another definition of which is found in our main body there on our question, whereby tourism industry are the sectors, all the sectors that are influencing or that ensures smooth running of tourism activities. There are two types of tourism then. Now this is what I've chosen to add on our introduction. I've chosen the types of tourism which are either domestic and what? International. Therefore, the following are the lessons. Now this is our thesis statement, as you can see it. The following are the lessons that Tanzania tourism has to learn from Swaziland so as to improve more in this sector. Our first point says improving on infrastructure. Why? Because infrastructure is one of the important factors in tourism, whereby if there is a need to improve the existing accommodation and the transport and the communication infrastructure, whereby infrastructure includes all these aspects, whereby after they are all improved, by tourists in the hospitality industry, as it is done in Switzerland. Therefore, this one will improve the hospitality, as I've said, and also it will improve, or by saying improvement of infrastructure, then therefore you must give examples such as roads, railways, the use of balloons, or the use of quality hotels. Another thing or another point that we need to highlight on is advancing the market strategies and publicity, whereby here market of the tourism sector, both domestically and internationally, should be enhanced. There is a need for government and other players in industry to make aggressively the country's tourist attraction in international media and forums as it is done in Switzerland, whereby example of these may include ways through the use of internet, whereby this is the means that can reach a lot of people worldwide. Therefore, one of the methods which is important is advertising our natural resources, so that people who want to go and relax while enjoying seeing them may see them. Therefore, we can improve, such as the way it was done there in Swaziland. Another thing is provision of training. Here, tourism sector demands quality service for its sustainability. This, therefore, it's important to have trained personnel who can offer quality services to meet international standards. This will in turn lead to increase in influx of tourists as it is done in Swaziland. Example, therefore in this case we are talking about training people, various people who are involved in the tourism industry, whereby after these people are trained, they can provide a quality service. That quality service, therefore, may in turn attract other tourists from the testimony that is given by the previous tourists that have attended in Tanzania. Are we together? That one may include the trained tour guides, trained drivers, okay, trained hotel porters, those who provide or bring various food to the tourists, or beverages. Also, managers and engineers have to be trained, whereby these managers are the ones who are running the tourist companies, and also the managers are the ones who are running the hotels, so as to be in high quality, and also engineers to solve and maintain various equipments used in tourism. Another one is development of tourist attractions. Development of tourist attraction. The government should invest in expanding the tourist attraction in the country. This can be done by opening up new areas and diversifying tourist activities, but also by promoting them as viable alternatives, like the way it is done in Swaziland. Therefore, we may have varieties of tourist attraction not only depending on the national parks. Are we together? Therefore, this may use also the caves such as the one that is used in Amboni. It can be improved. And also, we can also modify our ways or routes in the forest so as to improve hiking activities. Another thing is package tours. Package tours, the government should promote package tours that allow for tour arrangements, including hotels, reservation, and travels to be done by a company. This will increase the number of tourists visiting the country as it is done in Swaziland. We can also remember that in each point I've tried to put an example. Therefore, it is important for you to put an example. Now, you can also decide to give an example of package tours whereby it is done by, in Tanzania, I've chosen an example of tourism company, which is Leopard Tourism Company, that handles from transport, accommodation, and other bonuses for tourists. In this point, it requires that the company should carry all activities for tourists. Therefore, a tourist will not worry for tickets. A tourist will not worry for going and then return tickets and visas and everything. Therefore, the company is the one that is taking care of them. Therefore, the tourist is now well assured of the service and relaxing. Also, the company also deals with the movements from one place to another. That means carrying them on their facilities so as to transport or move them from airport to the hotels, then from the hotels to the national parks, then from the national parks back to the hotel, and then back to the airport, and then back to where they came from. Also, they take care of all food. Therefore, the tourist just chooses, I will eat this and this and this, I will need to pass there and there and there. And therefore, also these companies, they will have to choose a wonderful bonus, all right, for the tourists so as they can enjoy. Another thing is also maintaining peace and harmony. Tanzania has to learn from Swaziland by promoting peace and harmony in the country. Foreigners may be attracted to visit the tourist attractions and learn the ways of life, where in peace and harmony, Switzerland is the first country in the world. Example, how do we do this is provision of education to the citizen on importance of peace and harmony in schools. That one can be done in schools and in community meetings. As you remember, Tanzania was once referred to as the Geneva of Africa, is it? Why? Because of its what? Peace and tranquility. Therefore, the peace and the tranquility attract people to feel safe. They feel what? Safe where they visit a certain country. Therefore, in order to improve also tourism, we must make sure we treasure, we maintain the peace that we have. The last thing that we do is to summarize or to give up the conclusion of what we have written there. Now, here, remember, we were writing about the ways in which we can learn so as to improve tourism in Tanzania. Lesson that Tanzania learned. But in conclusion, you can write something else which relates to that. Now here, I have chosen that to write on the importance of tourism, whereby I've said, to sum up, tourism is very important where it leads to rise in international income, which is used to improve other sectors, such as what? Health. Another one is? And then what? And also what? And also what does it do to the environment? It preserves the environment. Therefore, tourism is very much important for Tanzania to improve by using the lesson from where? Swaziland, so as to enjoy economic and social benefits. Okay, that's the end of our discussion. May I ask if there is any question from you in a place where you did not understand, or in where you can place the point, how you can put in the example, or anything like that? Okay. I need to ask you one question. Why is it important to write examples in the essays? Why is it important to write the examples in the essays? Nancy, please, can you give us the answer? Why is it important? Please just relax and give us an answer.
It is important to give so as to make the reader be aware of what you're talking about in the point.
Thank you very much. It makes the marker be sure of what you are writing. Are we together? And it also add on credits in your essay that you are writing. Therefore, thank you very much. That marks the end of our presentation on the question of tourism. May God bless you. Shall we rise for a word of prayer? Yes, anyone please lead us in a word of prayer?
Let's pray.
Thank you.
Father in heaven, thank you for this time. Father, as now coming before you, we are sinners. You forgive us our sins. Father, there is no way of them, but not write an essay, made stick, and our mind permanent to that we can write good essays that can give us a lot of marks. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you very much. You can sit.